Right, hello guys, welcome back. So today we have a weapon review, and I haven't really done weapon reviews in a while. The last time I did them was Into the Light, so in terms of what to expect, it's quite similar to that. But today we are talking about Vantage Point, the weapon you are seeing in front of you right now. And this has quickly become one of my most favorite weapons this season. I've already put around 1500 kills on it, and I used it in the day 1 dungeon, and I've also just used it for general play for lots of things. And basically today, I really want to put you onto this weapon because I've been having so much fun with it, and I want to tell you guys why that is, and why this is actually a very good weapon this season. So there are a couple roles I want to talk about today, but the main one we are going to be talking about is the stats for all Jolting Feedback one that I believe you get curated. At least it was the one that I got curated. And overall, I do believe this is the best role, but we're going to be talking about alternatives as well. But for starters, let's talk about this one. So we do have stats for all on here, which is a pretty solid reload perk. It gives 35 reload speed and 35 handling whenever you hit 3 separate targets, and the buff lasts for 10 seconds, which is pretty good. Combined with a perk like Jolting Feedback, this is going to be proccing all the time because we are going to be proccing Jolt. Jolting Feedback is a new perk that states dealing repeated damage with this weapon inflicts Jolt at an increased rate, while amplified Jolt is applied faster. So this is the new Jolt perk that was released this season. It's an alternative to Voltshot in the fact that you don't have to reload anymore. All it takes is continuous damage to a single target. And I believe according to the compendium, with a pulse rifle, it takes around 3 bursts or 3 to 4 bursts, maybe 15 bullets or so to actually get the Jolt to proc, which you might think is a lot. And at first glance, you might think, well, this is a useless perk. It doesn't work on regular ads because they're going to die in 1 or 2 bursts anyway. So when is the Jolt going to come into play? Actually, it works different to that. It's kind of a counter in the background that no matter how many hits that you get, it will eventually Jolt. So if I kill 3 ads and I've expended 3 bursts, the next ad that I kill will get jolted. It's not like it starts from fresh every time you start dealing damage to an ad. It kind of works in the background and eventually you will jolt an ad, so it doesn't just work on high health targets only. So I'll just try and give you guys an example of what this looks like. So we'll get 1 kill, another kill, maybe 3, 4, and it should be around this point that the jolt occurs. I think it did just occur, but there it is, there's the jolt. So we'll just carry on and see, it is around sort of 4 to 5 kills or so will make the target jolt. On a group of ads, it will be more noticeable. So perhaps up here, I'll maybe kill this guy or this one here. There's the jolt. See, it feels kind of randomish, but I do believe it is just after a certain amount of time. See, there we go. There it is. So it does work on normal ads as well. You just have to keep killing and eventually that counter will reset. There's the origin trait, which we will speak about in just a moment. But yeah, as long as you're killing ads, eventually you will get Jolt to proc. It will probably proc on one of these guys. There it is. There's another one. And you can just carry on doing that. As long as there are ads to kill, you will keep getting the Jolt. It's not just on a single target. It does work from ad to ad as well. Now I want to talk to you about the best part of the weapon, which is actually the origin trait. And this is shared across all of the seasonal weapons, but this is Dark Ether Reaper. It states that final blows with this weapon periodically spawn Dark Ether charges, and then those charges can be detonated early with weapon fire or by coming into contact with them, and doing so will refill the weapon from reserves. This is actually one of the best origin traits we have received in a very long time. I'm not sure if you guys have used any of these weapons, but this is an amazing origin trait, and basically you can boost it in a multitude of ways, but by default it is just shoot the floating orb and then it will give you a bit of your ammo back and it will cause a explosion in a rather small radius. So this origin trait actually works on a counter based system, so it's 4 red bars to actually get one of the orbs to spawn. So here we go, we have 2 kills, then after this one it will be 3, and then after this one it should spawn an orb. There it is, and I can shoot the orb and it will take me all the way to 51 bullets in my mag, as you can see in the bottom left, which is I think 40% overflow according to the compendium. But I can just keep killing enemies, and after I get another 4th one it will then spawn another orb, which I can just use to continue the process. There was no orb there, but maybe on this guy, there it is. Basically every 4 to 5 kills you should expect one of these orbs to generate, and you can just reload your entire mag for free just by shooting it. You can also walk into the orb like I did there and it will reload the mag for you, and it does also depend on the type of ad that you kill. Like I said, it's 4 red bars, but if you kill a yellow bar it should be pretty much guaranteed. So maybe I'll kill this guy or let's just try and get the timer reset. So there it is. So now, or the counter is reset, and I'll try and kill one of these orange bars here, kill the one that's jolted. That'll be easy, and this guy should spawn one guaranteed. Yes, there it is. So it seems like yellow bars spawn them guaranteed, but it's every 4 for the red bars, which is actually pretty good. So I can just kill this guy again and it will give me another one, and notice how I've never had to reload basically, which is pretty nice. This perk makes it so as long as you're getting kills you never have to reload, which is pretty nice. So the key thing to note is that mainly it's a mag overflow perk, but it's procced very easily, and it can do a bit of damage, but the radius is so small, it's not very reliable. However, you can actually juice this a lot more if you use a very specific artifact perk here called Enhanced Ether Generator. So this will make it so Dark Ether Reaper origin trait has a chance to spawn an extra Dark Ether charge. Now, it doesn't actually describe this in the artifact perk itself, but it does actually increase the amount of overflow that your magazine gets if you have this perk equipped. So not only do you get 2 charges now, it increases your mag size even more. So let's just see this again now. So I'll get 4 kills. So there's 1, there's 2, then 3 here, then 4, and it should spawn 2. Yeah, there we go. There's 2 charges, and I can shoot them both to overflow the mag. And as you can see now, we actually have a greater overflow. I'm sitting at 63 bullets now, and I believe beforehand it was around 51. So if I keep getting kills, it'll put me all the way back to 60, I believe. So maybe this guy will make one for me, maybe the next one. There it is. I shoot that one, back up to 63, and if I just want to shoot a bit more, shoot again, I'm refilled. It's a really nice origin trait, and it's very, very convenient. So the other thing about this origin trait is that it actually works for other weapons that have the origin trait. So I have the Bittersweet Grenade Launcher equipped here. I was lucky enough to get the god roll of Envious Assassin Bait and Switch. However, the thing to note here is that it says it has a magazine size of 7, and there are actually 0 overflow perks on this weapon. But if I'm in game and I switch to the gun, I have 13 bullets. How does that happen? Well, actually, the origin trait works across all of those guns. So if I shoot a Dark Ether charge with my Pulse Rifle, it'll overflow the Pulse Rifle, but it will also overflow any other Dark Ether guns that I have. So just to prove it to you, let's get all the way down to, let's say, 5 bullets, and then I'll try and kill this War Beast over here to get a charge to spawn. So there we go, I shoot this, it overflows my Pulse Rifle, but then if I swap to my GL, I'm back up to 13 bullets, which is pretty nice. And given that Bittersweet is one of the meta grenade launcher options this season, I know that the new one from the dungeon has kind of overtaken it now, but Bittersweet is still very good. The fact that it has this overflow completely for free is pretty good. But we are not done. You can still increase the power of this Pulse Rifle even more with the 2 arc-specific artifact perks that we received this season, which are Trace Evidence and Retinal Burn. So Trace Evidence is going to make it so rapid precision hits or rapid final blows on targets affected by Jolt or Blind will generate ionic traces, and if you boost it, it will make it so collecting an ionic trace will grant an armor charge. Then this feeds hand in hand with Retinal Burn, which will make it so rapid arc weapon precision hits consume an armor charge to blind the target, and then the boost will make it so blinding a target this way instead emits a blinding burst. So you've got some more AoE there. So we're going to be proccing Trace Evidence automatically because of the Jolt from our Pulse Rifle, but if we have both Retinal Burn boosted alongside Trace Evidence boosted as well, the Jolt doesn't matter, the blind loop will feed itself. And in order to boost it, we need the refined tonic of Amplified Arc. This will give us the boost for both of those perks. And on top of that, the passive of this tonic states that while you are amplified, primary ammo arc weapons deal bonus damage. And because Vantage Point is primary and it's arc, it's going to be dealing bonus damage. I don't actually know how much bonus damage that is at the moment, but it is going to be more. So I just boosted those artifact perks, and if you combine all of that, all of the above, the origin trait, the boosted origin trait, the boosted artifact perks for the arc damage and the blind and the jolt, as well as triple arc surge and just an arc siphon, you can actually turn this weapon into a very powerful ad clearing machine. So as a final demonstration, I'm bringing this gun into the Neo Muna Lost sector, which I believe is -10 or -15 power levels under. So just to show you, once everything is combined, how things look. So first of all, we're going to try and generate some orbs to get our surges. So we should be able to spawn another ether charge soon here. There's another one. Now the enemies are blinded as well because of the artifact perk. And we can fully reload by running into this. See if we can blind the Hydra over here. Should be blind. I believe there is a cooldown on the blind, but it is very easy to lose your guard in this content, and the fact that we are jolting and blinding everything to keep everything controlled is pretty fantastic. And we're not losing our armor charge either. We can just keep spamming the origin trait, spamming jolt, spamming blind. And I hope the gameplay speaks for itself here. These ads normally do have like a fair amount of health, so the fact that we're doing pretty good amount of damage, we're managing things pretty well, goes to show how good this Pulse Rifle really is. Like I said, I did use this in the day 1 dungeon. There's the explosion damage. There's actually quite a lot. So yeah, like I said, I was using this in the day 1 dungeon, especially in the servitor boss fight, because there were lots of arc shielded fallen in there, and it was very good to have them blinded and controlled because the ad density in that room is pretty bonkers. But yeah, this is just very solid. I would highly recommend going after this weapon because it's super fun to use, and the crowd control aspects of it are just fantastic. See, all I have to do is run into this and I can detonate it, I'll kill the ads, and then we're done. So overall, this is the main god roll I would recommend taking. This is the stats roll Jolting Feedback combo, and if you do enhance it and have the ability ability to put on the tactical mod, I would recommend that, since that will increase your stats in reload and handling just a little more, which is quite nice. However, there are some alternatives that I do want to discuss, the first of which is stats for all, one for all. This combo is pretty good on any gun that it comes on, because one for all, I believe, is a 35% damage buff, so having that and stats for all, they both work the same. You just have to hit 3 separate targets, so having the handling and reload speed and the damage from one for all would be pretty nice on this pulse rifle. So for any of you that enjoy that combo, this gun gets it. Now, the last perk that I quickly wanted to touch on was Eddy Current. Now, this is actually a pretty good reload perk, especially if you are amplified, because if you are amplified and if the perk is enhanced, I believe it gives you plus 60 reload speed. And given that my roll here is sitting at 52, that's going to max it instantly. And I think it gives you a reload duration multiplier as well, so it's going to make the animation even faster. So there we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of the gun. I'm really enjoying using it right now, and I hope you guys will try it as well after watching this video. Anyway, just let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos of me just talking about guns that I enjoy using that I think are actually pretty good, like the Vantage Point Pulse Rifle here, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Your support means the world. And if you're really into the content I create, consider becoming a member of the channel, which not only lets you support me in the best way possible, it also nets you a whole host of awesome perks along with it. A massive shout out to these members up on screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, dear viewer.